For a century, the Wolverines have taken the field to represent Sheffield High School on the gridiron. The last 50 of those years have been spent defending their home turf on picturesque Wolverine Mountain. As is the case for many programs with storied history, the Wolverines have seen highs and the lows.
I was blessed to be able to play sports at Sheffield, and from the time I can think back, I always wanted to play on this field, and I had the opportunity not only to play, but to come back and coach for the past 33 years. So I've been very fortunate.
It was a dream, to be honest with you. Back in the late 80s, you had some pretty good ball players that came up through Sheffield, and I remember coming up here on a Saturday afternoon. I mean, the pine trees were still up, and I can remember the Sheffield faithful that would line that sideline on the visitor side, and as a little kid watching that was your dream. That's what I wanted to do. Is I wanted to play Saturday afternoon football at Sheffield High School.
Senior year, we ended the season 6-3. I do believe today it's still the last 6-win season for Sheffield football. I had a great bunch of friends, a great group of kids that we played with, and that season was very memorable.
Regardless of the team's fortunes on the scoreboard, the program has formed a bond with its community.
People care about each other. People are there to look out for each other. And the case in point was that first game this year. I don't think I've seen more tears on a football field in quite a while, and it was just a sense of relief, for everybody to feel that good again.
We live in a great area. We really do. There's a lot of negative all the time about everything, but there are so many good, caring people throughout this county.
Being part of a family at Sheffield is true in both the figurative and literal sense.
My parents got divorced right about the time I entered junior high school. So already having, addiction for football and being the oldest of 5 boys, it was quite the inspiration. If it wasn't for my grandparents and my aunt, sometimes the only family I really felt like I had, the support system I had, was my football friends, teammates, my coaches, and their parents. And what Sheffield football meant to me, my family, and everybody else, life lessons on how to become a better human being. And like I said, that goes through the Abraxas co-op with meeting kids from outside this neighborhood that all they ever wanted to do was be part of something and be loved. And there's just so many great lessons from Sheffield football.
I also credit Sheffield football for creating and strengthening some of the strongest relationships that I still hold dear to this day, years later and thousands of miles away. And of course, one of those relationships is with my dad, Coach Werner. Playing under him was an honor, and I know there aren't many places where that could have been possible. My dad has always been selflessly dedicated to the Sheffield community. It's impossible to list off everything I've learned from him over the years, but seeing him operate on a field, whether as a coach or an official, will always be the perfect example of the kind of guy I'd like to be when I grow up.
The cloud of losing the team due to a lack of players has long loomed over the program. Now an even darker storm front is moving its way over not just the football team, but the entire school. The Warren County School District is evaluating whether to close Sheffield High School, meaning today could be the last time this community gets to cheer the Wolverines on their home field.
But no, there's always going to be a home support system here, no matter what color uniform we wear,
and I think that's an important thing about life that you want to keep in your head is you're going to fail. You're going to have times where things don't go your way. You're going to have decisions that are made that you can't control. You have to control, A, how you respond to it, and B, making yourself a better person because of it. Life has a lot of twists and turns, and the easier you make those transitions, the better off you're going to be.
Sheffield players and coaches know as they climb the steps to Wolverine Mountain today, they could be doing so for the final time in the orange and black. They would like nothing better than to give the fans, the community, and the school a storybook ending.
But there's something to be said when you walk up them 74 steps Saturday morning. Mm-hmm. It is a magical place up here. Those boys have been putting in the time because they want to win. And Brian, it's funny, and you talk to these kids and you sit and listen to them at dinner,
They don't want to win for themselves. They want to win for the town, this community. That's who they want to win for.